to graph the polynomial functions. So, for example, we have p of x is equal to x cubed minus 7x plus 6. Now, the leading term is x cubed, and the leading coefficient from our leading term is positive 1, and the degree is 3. So, from this one, we can already have the overview, but we need definite points. So, to get the definite points, we are going to plot. Let's have the possible zeros first. So, we're 6, we have positive and negative 1, positive and negative 2, positive and negative 3, positive and negative 6. So, we're going to choose here which one will be one of our zeros. So, let's try positive 1. So, positive 1 is, substitute 1 cubed minus 7 times 1 plus 6, that will be equal to 0. So 0 is no remainder already here. So 1 is one of the zeros. So from these zeros we identified, let's use synthetic division to reduce our equation. So we drop down now the coefficients, which is 1. And since we have a missing term which is x squared, we insert 0. Then negative 7 and positive 6. So our divisor is 1. So bring down 1. 1 times 1 is 1. Then add 0 and 1, that is 1. And multiply times 1, that is 1. So negative 7 plus 1 is negative 6. Negative 6 times 1, that is negative 6. So negative 6 and 6, that will equal to 0. So this is already our reduced equation. So we have x squared plus x minus 6 is equal to 0. We equate it to 0. Then you factor it out. So when we factor this one, we have x plus 3 and then x minus 2. You test if this will give us the middle term. So x times negative 2 is negative 2x, and x times 3, that is positive 3. So negative 2x, and then 3x is positive x. So x plus 3 is equal to 0. Transpose it to the other side. That will give us x is equal to negative 3. So same with the other one. So equate x minus 2 is equal to 0. So x now is equal to 2. So therefore our zeros will be equal to negative 3, 2, and positive 1. So after we solve for the zeros, we can now have the y-intercept. So the point wherein the graph will intersect the y-axis. So we let x is equal to 0. So 0 cubed minus 7 times 0, that is 0, plus 6, that will be equal to 6. So we have here now the point. So our zeros or roots, or that is actually the y-intercept. So when we plot these points, we have negative 3, 0, 2, 0, and 1, 0. So same with the y-intercept, that would be 0, 6. So these are the points that we need in order for us to graph our polynomial functions. So here we go. We're going to graph now our polynomial function. P of x is equal to x cubed minus 7x plus 6. So we already solved a while ago the zeros or the x-intercept. So we plot it in points. So we have negative 3, 0, 2, 0, and 1, 0. We also have the y-intercept, which is 0, 6. So we let negative 3, 0 point A, point B 2, 0, and 1, 0 is C, and letter D is 0, 6. So our point A is negative 3, 0, so it's in this portion. And 2, 0 is on the right side of the x-axis. So this is point B. And point C is 1, 0, that is also on the right side of x-axis, and our y-intercept is 0, 6, so it's on the y-axis. Okay, so we can already have the turning points here, so if we below, but we still need to have the turning points above. So when we say turning point, it's the degree minus 1. So that is equal to 3 minus 1. That is 2. Turning points meaning to say kung saan siya, ilang beses siya magka-curve. So we try also to solve now for negative 1 since malaki yung gap dito, and that will also determine the turning points above this portion. So for negative 1, if we're going to substitute negative 1 cubed plus minus 7 times negative 1 plus 6, that is positive 12. So that will also be our point. And another point is negative 2, negative 1, and positive 12. So let's say this is our point E, and this one will also be our point 12. Okay. So plot the points now. We have negative 1, 12. So here. So that is E. And negative 2, 12 here. So that is F. Okay. So connecting now the points we have, let's start with this portion. And it will curve above, going down. It will also curve here and then going up. So as we can observe from the leading coefficient test, our leading coefficient is 1 and our degree is 3, and that is an odd number. So our graph rise on the right side and it will fall to the left side. So here is the direction. And the turning points that we are pertaining a while ago, this is the first turning point and this is the second turning point. First, second turning point. So for this one, we have 2 turning points. So that's how are we. F of x is equal to x to the 4th plus 4x cubed plus 3x squared minus 4x minus 4. So I need to identify first the possible zeros so that we can reduce the equation. So we have positive and negative 1, positive and negative 2, positive and negative 4. So let's choose positive 1. So P of positive 1, that is equal to 1 to the 4th power plus 4 times 1 cubed plus 3 times 1 squared minus 4 times 1 minus 4. Okay? Then 1 to the 4th is 1 plus 4. Here is plus 3 minus 4 and minus 4. Okay? So 4, that is 8 minus 8 is equal to 0. So since 1 is one of the zeros, we use synthetic division to depress the equation. So we drop down the coefficient 1, 4, 3, negative 4, and negative 4. Okay, here is a divisor. Bring down 1. 1 times 1 is 1. 1 plus 4 is 5. Times 1 is 5. Plus 3 is 8. Times 1 is 8. Plus negative 4 is positive 4. Times 1 is 4. Plus negative 4 is 0. Okay. So this is our depressed equation. X cubed plus 5x squared plus 8x plus 4. Then we also apply synthetic division. So we have 1, 5, 8, and 4. Let's have the divisor, which is negative 1. bring down 1 times negative 1 is negative 1 plus 5 is positive 4 times negative 1 is negative 4. 8 plus negative 4 is positive 4 times negative 1 is negative 4, and that is 0. So we have x squared plus 4x plus 4 is equal to 0. Then we apply factoring. So when we factor out this one, this is equivalent to x plus 2 times x plus 2 is equal to 0. Or in other words, we have x plus 2, the quantity squared, is equal to 0. Then apply extracting the square root. So we have x plus 2 now is equal to 0. Then transpose to the other side, we have x is equal to negative 2. So our zeros are x is equal to negative 2, positive 1, and negative 1. So in factored form, this is equivalent to f of x is equal to x plus 2 squared, x minus 1, x plus 1. This is in the factored form. So let's count how many zeros do we have. So we have 4. So since we have a multiplicity of 2 here, so 2 will repeat. So we have 1, 2, 3, and 4. Okay, so these are the zeros. And x-intercept. We also solve for the y-intercept by letting p of 0, or let's simply use f of 0. F of 0 since it was used in our equation. So 0 to the 4th power plus 4 times 0 cubed plus 3 times 0 squared plus, it's minus 4 times 0 minus 4, that is equivalent to 0, 0, 0, 0, negative 4. So the points for this are 0, negative 4. Okay, so we are now going to plot the points. We already solved a while ago the zeros. So we have A, B, and C. So to plot the points, we have negative 2, 0. So this is negative 2, 0. That is A. Then 1, 0. So positive 1 on this side. So we have 1, 0, B. And negative 1, 0 here. That is C. We also have the y-intercept 0, negative 4. So 0, negative 4. So that is, this should be D. D. Okay. So our graph has a leading coefficient which is 1, positive 1, that is positive, and the degree is 4. So this is even, meaning to say the graph will, the end behavior of the graph will rise to the right here like that, and it will also rise to the left. So we connect now this graph. We have this, and it will smoothly curve here, going up and then going down again. So since 2 is a multiplicity, meaning to say naulit siya, we will bounce back here and go up.